Welcome to Lesson 8. Now that you've seen how to use TRIMS, you're probably ready to start using it on a program of your own, and I'm about to show you how to do just that. Let's continue where we left off with the APM missile body open. Before we start with something new, we should close the existing files. When you right-click on an element, you'll get a pop-up menu that offers a number of options. The most prominent of these are the options to close the element that you clicked on or to close all open elements. We're going to close all elements. Next, we'll create a new element. You can do this by clicking on the File menu and selecting New Element. Begin by entering the name of the element as you would like it to be displayed inside TRIMS. The element name appears in the left-hand column to identify elements and at the tops of the reports. It does not necessarily have to match the file name. We'll call our new element SWDemo. Next, select the knowledge model to create it from. In this case, we'll base it on the software design model. After clicking the OK button, we're prompted to enter milestone dates for our program. Milestones in TRIMS refer to the transitions from one development phase to another and may not exactly match your program's official milestone dates. You should read the descriptions for each phase and enter an appropriate date. TRIMS only uses the milestones to determine the begin activity dates for each template. If your program schedule slips, you can change a milestone date and TRIMS can recalculate new begin activity dates for all of the templates affected by the change. Once the milestone dates have been entered, TRIMS will prompt you to go into baselining to finish setting up your element file. Since this is the generally recommended approach, we'll do it too. Entering baselining, we see a number of options. Right now, we're just going to take a brief look at the ones that are necessary during program setup. All of these options will be covered in more detail in the next lesson. We've already seen the first option, Set Milestone Dates. The second option, Element Properties, allows us to change the title of the element. It will also allow us to set a master password for the file and to define our own data fields. The Weight Files option will load a pre-established set of question weights from a disk file. Weight files are specific to individual knowledge models, and so far, the only ones that have been created by the BMP program are for the systems engineering model. If you don't have any weight files for the knowledge model that you're using, you'll have to go through the element and check the weight of each question to see if it is appropriately weighted for your project. The next item of interest is Edit Personnel. This will allow you to create a global personnel listing for your program. Once you've entered all of the names, you'll probably want to visit each template and assign at least one person as the manager for that template. The managers can then assign personnel to each individual question. The last option that you might use during initial baselining would be the Edit Risk Matrices. If for some reason you don't want to use the risk matrices that are established by default, you can change them here. In addition to these 7 options, the baselining menu also gives you direct access to the online help and the help graphics. Remember that the first 3 help graphics make up a flowchart of the TRIMS risk management process. The first of these covers the initial baselining process, and it is worth reviewing before you get started. Baselining for a large program is not a trivial exercise. If you need help understanding the flowchart, remember that you can contact the BMP Help Desk for further assistance. Since we're done with baselining, we can click the OK button and take a look at our new element. The first thing that you'll probably notice is that there's a lot of red out there, and what isn't red is marked as TBD. That's okay. Right now, everything is marked as high risk because every single question is unknown and therefore doesn't have any points yet. All of this will change once we start answering the questions. The next thing you'll notice is that we have a whole new set of categories and templates that are different from what we were looking at before. That's because TRIMS is completely tailorable for any process. It's even possible to create a new element that doesn't have any categories or templates and then create them all yourself. Now that's flexibility. The last thing I want to show you is the asterisk next to the element name, which indicates that we have unsaved changes. So let's click on the Save button. Since this is a new file, it doesn't have a file name yet, and TRIMS will prompt you to enter one. By default, it will use the element title, but you can change this if you want. When you're done entering the name, click OK, and you now have a new element file. In the next lesson, we'll cover the baselining menu in more detail and show you what else you can do.